Hello, and welcome to this spoiler free book club date review for Lessons in Chemistry by Bonnie Garmus. This video is only meant to succinctly touch on the highlights and main characters of the book as well as our impressions of the overall novel. So, again, this will be spoiler free.
Lessons in Chemistry is a 2022 novel by Bonnie Garmus. It tells the story of Elizabeth Zott, a brilliant female scientist in 1960s America who becomes a television cooking show host after being fired from her job as a chemist. The novel explores women's lives and careers and their struggle for empowerment in the late 1950s and early 1960s.
Our main character is Elizabeth Zott. Her character is a blend of resilience and humor as she navigates professional setbacks and personal struggles with a unique charm. Her journey is one of self-discovery, breaking down stereotypes, and challenging the norms of her era. Elizabeth Zott is a captivating character whose tenacity and intellect make her memorable and inspiring figure in the novel.
Calvin Evans. Calvin is Elizabeth's love. He's also a brilliant scientist. He could be considered a soul twin of Elizabeth.
Mm-hmm.
The only difference between Calvin and Elizabeth is a woman. Calvin is pretty unaware of sexism because he's brilliant, he's intelligent, and he's just like, Elizabeth, you're brilliant and intelligent. Why aren't you at my level? And basically, by Elizabeth entering his life, he sees how sexism has affected her firsthand, both professionally and academically.
Then we meet Mad Zott, who is a minor character. She's Elizabeth and Calvin's daughter. Both from an intelligent and quirky perspective, she's a highly entertaining character. Elizabeth has very little filter for herself, so naturally her 4-year-old daughter has absolutely no filter, and this creates some insightful and entertaining moments throughout the book.
Then there's also Walter Pine, the TV producer that gives Elizabeth a chance at hosting a cooking show. He also does his best to navigate Elizabeth through the world of TV, even though the nature of Elizabeth herself gives him panic attacks.
We also see Harriet Sloane, a minor character. She's Elizabeth's neighbor who becomes like an older sister figure to Elizabeth and kind of an aunt to Mad. She helps connect Elizabeth to more common ways of thinking.
So before we move on to our impressions, if this book sounds interesting to you, then we want to let you know about our book club date series on Lessons in Chemistry. It's a 4-part series where Katie and I sit down. We have an in-depth discussion. We have an in-depth discussion about the novel, and we invite you to join us. You can find a link for the series in the description, which is next to that like and subscribe button. Now,
full of spoilers.
Yes, thus the book club date is in fact full of spoilers. This review, however, is not, so you're safe. On to our impressions of the book as a whole. Katie.
I enjoyed it overall. I thought it was a really interesting take on that time period and a woman focused on being a scientist in that time period of the 50s and what she has to deal with in order to achieve the goals that she wants to accomplish.
Coming at it from a more manly perspective, it was kind of enlightening to me. It was. I actually kind of sat down with the full expectation that I would not necessarily like this, but I was going to read it because Katie chose it, and we respect each other's choices whenever it's our turn to choose. So I was like, I'll sit down and read it. I love Elizabeth Zott, fun character, oddly relatable. There are moments and times where I'm like, I don't get why you do it this way, but okay, I guess that's just how you're going to function.
It was well written, interesting perspectives.
Yeah, well written, interesting perspectives, and I do understand, or not understand maybe, but empathize a bit more with the struggle that women undertake professionally.
I think most, if not all women, can really relate to some of what Elizabeth encounters on her journey.
That's a review of Lessons in Chemistry. Have you read the book? Would you like to read the book? Let us know in the comments below.
Again, those links will be in our description box, and we'll have links to the book as well if you'd like to join us on our book club dates for Lessons in Chemistry. And as always, that's my husband, Josh.
And that's my wife, Katie.
And we'll see you in the next one.
Bye-bye.